And by the way, some of the Hindus I don't agree with sometimes had the symbol of the wheel as well. So I want that torn down. What's that Indian nationalist symbol doing? Tear it down. Everything's evil. Tear everything down. In fact, they even say mathematics is great.
Okay, so Mr. Jones, we're almost done the segment. Yeah. So we're almost done, but we kind of need to pad it out a bit. Do you think you could turn up the racism? Could you just ramp it up? Could you assume your ultimate form? Could you go like Super Saiyan and just like start ranting whatever you think and see and identify as? Yeah, free association. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, roll it. He's ready.
What have I told you? That hiding in plain view in downtown Atlanta, Georgia, there is a giant Nazi symbol that wasn't just one of the main symbols of the Nazis, but it was also designed, hand-drawn by Adolf Hitler. Before I show you this huge Nazi symbol, let's first look at a symbol that precedes it that was designed by the Greeks. Behind me is the 2,500-year-old original symbol of the Greeks for their Olympics. The Olympic torch that was carried from town to town. That is the origin of that symbol. And symbols are extremely important. Now I'm about to show you a giant Nazi Hitler symbol designed by Adolf Hitler himself in 1936.
He glitched out quite a bit there. How many of y'all are thinking that it's not going to be the thing you think it's going to be? Is it going to be something else? I feel like there's a bit of a sleight of hand going on right now. I feel like he's got something up his sleeve. I think he's going to show us something not that we typically think was a Hitler symbol.
This is in the encyclopedia. This is on record. Now, why is that so important? They're tearing down statues of Confederate generals, but they're not going after a symbol.
So much preamble. Like, God damn it. I'm ready, okay? Just, you were going in dry. Like, come on, man.
A lot of people ask me how I know the future before other people do, how I predict exactly what's going to happen. It's because I'm not predicting the future. I'm not looking at the problem from the angle you are. I'm looking at it from other angles. So you're saying, where's the Nazi symbol? I don't see a Nazi symbol. But if you simply walk around a few degrees, you will see the symbol created by Adolf Hitler for the 1936 Olympic Games, drawn by his hand, on record. He also invented the VW symbol and drew the first VW car, the people's car. Now, look, you shouldn't tear this down. It's now a symbol we've expropriated. But the point is, this was created by Hitler. But this is bigger than just understanding symbols. It's all about angle and perspective. Now that you're looking at it one-dimensionally laid out flat, you can see it. But most things in the universe aren't one-dimensional. They're not two, they're not three, they're four, they're five. And that's what InfoWars does, is pulls back and gets you to look at things from different perspectives, not just on the dimension of it, but also on the spiritual nature of it and on the larger potentials of what it means and what it signifies. Because if they can make you hate every symbol that anyone good or bad ever created, we'll have to tear down all of civilization and destroy all information. If they can teach you to hate symbols. There have been many groups that have used the symbol of the torch as good and as bad. The KKK uses the symbol of the torch as a symbol.
First Google result: who created the Olympic ring symbol? The rings appeared for the first time in 1913 at the top of a letter written by Pierre de Coubertin, the founder of the modern Olympic Games. He drew and colored the rings by hand. In the Olympic Review of August 1913, he explained that these 5 rings represent the 5 parts of the world now won over to the Olympism and are ready to accept its fertile rivalries. Moreover, the 6 colors thus combined represent all those nations without exception. That's who made them. Wasn't Adolf Hitler. What you could have done, which I guess would have made more sense to your argument, is talk about how the swastika was adopted. That Hitler didn't in fact invent the swastika. He adopted it. It's a Buddhist symbol, but he subsequently tarnished it so much that we never think of it as its original symbol, and now that's why you can't have swastikas anywhere. It's kind of the same thing with the Confederate generals and the Confederate flag. That's the flag of traitors. They're traitors who lost the war. They're traitors to the country that you love. So because of that, we don't let their symbols, or shouldn't have their symbols, or the Confederate generals who really were fighting for the ability to have slaves and enslave other humans. That's why those ones are bad. Not the made up cartoon ones that you're talking about. I'm
We
sorry,
have
yes,
to
it was
take
Hindu,
symbols
not
back.
Buddhist.
Just because the American flag has flown over atrocities and has been at the scene of crimes doesn't mean it's bad. Its overall vision and idea, when weighed out by justice, is great and good and wholesome and the best the planet's ever seen. And by demonizing America and only zooming in on our problems, we ignore communist China, who's the most evil regime on Earth's history, and it's becoming the model because we don't know who they are. We've only learned the bad aspects of ourselves and been taught by the mainstream media to hate ourselves.
The most evil regime in human history. Wow. Damn. China. How did you pull it off? What did you do? Man. I mean, it's kind of funny. You was talking about the Nazis not 2 seconds ago, but it's the Chinese. Them's the ones to worry about.
That's why InfoWars is here, to get people to pull back and see the larger perspective. So I'm asking all of you, start looking at more angles, start looking deeper. You'll have a much more effective, rich, and healthy and free life. Please continue to support us at InfoWarsStore.com, where we have all the great supplements, all the great books, all the great films.
I was like, come on, we've had at least 5 minutes. It's got to start hawking pills. I expect. We've gone a very long time now without some pills.
I'm Alex Jones, and you are the InfoWar.
By the way, if you'll notice, there's quite a bit of time left. That was only a 4-minute video, but apparently this one is 10 minutes. So what do you think the next part's going to be? Could it be pills? Could it be pills? Could it be, I don't know, silver, platinum, 1776 piss mugs? I'm guessing one of those things.
You know what? Actually, all symbols are evil. I want this Nazi symbol torn down, and I want that Nazi symbol torn down, and I want everything torn down.
I'll grant him this. I did not see that coming. All right. That was a surprise. All right. I thought he was going to sell some more pills, but no, he ramped up the Jones and props. That was good. All right. Fair. He still got surprises, you know?
And just when I think I'm out, no, they pull me back in. And by the way, some of the Hindus I don't agree with sometimes had the symbol of the wheel as well. So I want that torn down. What's that Indian nationalist symbol doing? Tear it down. Everything's evil. Tear everything down. In fact, they even say mathematics is great.
Okay, so Mr. Jones, we're almost done the segment. Yeah. So we're almost done, but we kind of need to pad it out a bit. Do you think you could turn up the racism? Could you just ramp it up? Could you assume your ultimate form? Could you go like, Super Saiyan and just like start ranting whatever you think and see and identify as? Yeah, free association. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, roll it. He's ready.
I want this torn down. It's racist. And Hitler designed that. I want that torn down. I want everything torn down. Tear it all down, except the technocrats on their mountain in Davos and Klaus Schwab, the real Nazis. We must worship them.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Pretty good, sir. How you doing, man?
All right. What's going on?
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
Hitler designed that symbol. So we were asking folks, should it be torn down?
Oh, for real? Y'all against Hitler?
I'm against Hitler.
Shit, it need to be torn down. Tear that shit down. I'm against all racism. I love all.
I hear you. Now, but we've taken that symbol. Now it's a symbol of world unity. So maybe we appropriate.
Hey, no hesitation. Didn't even flinch. He's like, oh, that's associated with Hitler? Well, fuck yeah, tear it down. Yeah, fuck racism. I love all people.
It's kind of like if a bad dude stole money and built a house, we don't burn the house down, we just take it over.
Right.
So why not just take it as our symbol?
Okay, make it our symbol, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so y'all want to keep it up?
Well, I'm saying if we're going to tear down everything old in America just because some people might have not been good, I'm just saying, why don't we tear this down?
Right.
Which I don't want to do. I mean, look, I don't like Hitler, but that's a pretty good symbol. He was pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the VW symbol, he came up with that, the VW. He invented the first Volkswagen.
Yeah.
First highways.
Yeah.
But we don't blow the highways up.
Don't blow the highways up. Damn sure still make Volkswagen.
Absolutely. And in World War I, the Germans started using blimps. We don't get rid of blimps just because of that.
No, for real.
Nope.
So we make a petition to tear down this right here, this downtown?
That's what I'm asking. I say let's get a truck in here, tie a chain to it. Let's get down with Hitler. Down with Hitler.
Down with Hitler. Hey, look, this is what I think. He spit on it. He going there. Hey, he pissing on it.
We have seen hoax after hoax after hoax perpetrated by the international corporate media and embedded globalist traitors inside of our government. And the process of breaking the United States down and turning it into a third world hellhole is well along its way. The establishment is on record saying they want us poor, they want us malleable, they want an integrated, vertically integrated economy.
It got so sad.
95% of people are extremely poor, 4% have some money, and then there's a tiny, really
there's the populism
that actually control 80% of the wealth. And worldwide,
oh no way.
The United States was the opposite.
Sam Harris, I'll play this after.
The United States had 50+% of the world's GDP. We were only 4% of the world's population. That's been reduced down to about 30%, maybe 25% by the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Rapidly going down, especially with the COVID lockdown. So when Ross Perot in the early 90s talked about a giant sucking sound sucking the wealth out of the country, he wasn't kidding. And they told us, don't worry, this is going to be a service economy where you'll...
The giant sucking sound? Wait, like that's a bit of a record scratch right there. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, I'm often saying that. What the fuck are you talking about? But that's like, what? When he talked about a giant sucking sound, sucking, that's the sound that you hear?
AKA George Orwell wrote 1984.
Oh, God.
What the planet about? He'd been in the Ministry of Truth. He'd been at the highest levels of the BBC. His family was at the highest levels of the intelligentsia. And
they all get 1984 so wrong. How do you not know? Like, please, from now on, if you want to talk about 1984, you have to, and I mean this, you have to read Homage to Catalonia first, and then you're allowed. Then you're allowed to read 1984. Not talk about it, read it. Because I would wish that one of you would just read it. You know, every single one of you loves talking about it, but none of you know what it's about.
He learned of their plan to build a society uglier and stupider and absolutely evil.
Yeah, it was called fascism. That's what he was trying to warn you about. You know, the far right ideology, the fascism. He was trying to warn you about the person you were calling the president, the one that you think is stealing the election. Sorry, the one you think is had the election stolen from you. How did that go? Were they walking by and it's like, oh, you look over there, we got the Olympic. Oh, that's the Olympic symbol. Remember, our deep state information has told us that that's actually designed by Adolf Hitler. So we can talk about that, and then we can talk about why we should venerate Confederate soldiers. That's what's important, because we have to save our institutions and our soldiers, of course. Got to make sure we got those traitors.
Hey, we want to mutual aid you to get some eyeballs on your work. So if you have a leftist YouTube channel or Twitch stream or something you want us to advertise, just send us a 20 to 30 second ad using the forums at weareserfs.com. We'll do our best to help you out. And please submit once per channel.
To our gods, unwrapped, and Xander Forbes, we shall build temples in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we live to do your bidding. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Nine Tails Cosmic Fox, Han Josephine, Poppy Nelson, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeble Beeps Jr., we bow meekly for your pleasure. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Veit, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Ali Menthal, Jimmy Big Nuts, Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Joppy, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Jack Darko, Thomas Barrington, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Alexander Thaler, Ramon Acosta, and Ali Retta Jaffer. We salute you. Love you all. Peace.